Once upon a time, there was a small town submerged in monotony and sadness. The people were bored and longed for something that would awaken magic in their lives. One day, a mysterious and enigmatic circus arrived at the central square. It was the Circus of Wonders, and with it came a world of dreams and emotions. The circus director, Mr. Magician, was a man with white hair and bright eyes who exuded a magical aura. He set up the big top in the town center, and gradually, all the inhabitants began to attend the evening show. The inaugural performance was simply astounding. Clowns made even the hardest hearts laugh, acrobats flew through the air like free birds, and jugglers handled balls of fire without getting burned. Each act left the audience breathless and with eyes full of wonder. But among all the artists, one figure stood out above the rest, Luna, the young trapeze artist. She was a woman with silver hair who seemed to float in the air like a star in the night. Her grace and bravery captivated all the spectators, including a young man named Pedro. Pedro was a shy and lonely boy who, since the circus arrived, had not stopped observing Luna's rehearsals from behind the trees. His love for her was like a whisper in the wind, but he never dared to speak to her. One day, while the circus was closed, Pedro ventured to sneak into the tent. And there, under the moon and circus lights, he found Luna practicing her act on the trapeze. She was surprised to see him, but instead of getting angry, she smiled kindly at him. "What are you doing here?" Luna asked. "I'm just a spectator," Pedro replied timidly. "I love watching your act. You're amazing." Luna thanked him for his words and, with tenderness, offered him a unique opportunity. She invited him to climb up to the trapeze with her, explaining that she trusted his instinct and knew he could do it. Pedro, though trembling, accepted the invitation with a mix of fear and excitement. With each swing and jump, Luna guided Pedro through the movements. Little by little, his fear dissipated, and he felt like he was floating in the air, as if his feet didn't touch the ground. It was a magical moment, a dance in the heights that only they could understand. From that day on, Pedro became Luna's apprentice. They spent hours rehearsing, and with time, Pedro's shyness faded away. He became more confident and joyful, spreading that energy to everyone around him. The townspeople noticed the change in him and began to feel that the circus's magic was spreading throughout the entire place. One day, terrible news reached the town. Mr. Magician announced that the circus would leave the next day, continuing its journey to new lands full of dreams to fulfill. Sadness engulfed the inhabitants, but they also understood that the magic of the circus would always be with them. On the farewell night, Luna climbed up to the trapeze for one last time, and this time, Pedro joined her in her act. It was an unforgettable performance, full of grace and passion. The people applauded with force, and tears of emotion ran down their faces. When the circus finally departed, the town felt grateful for having experienced something so extraordinary. And although the circus was gone, the memory of Luna and Pedro continued to live in their hearts. It is said that on starry nights, when the moon shines brightly, the echoes of the circus's magic can still be heard in the wind, and those who were touched by its charm feel that their lives were forever transformed. And so, the Circus of Wonders continued to bring hope and joy to all corners of the world, leaving a trail of happiness in every place it visited.